to The Times, and it seems Keir Starmer's popularity doesn't extend to everyone, Lewis.
No, it doesn't. Two charged after Keir Starmer's mobbed by Gaza protesters. And this is up in Glasgow at the Crown Plaza Hotel, which is a nice hotel. I stayed in the Newcastle one, and it was quite nice, £295 a night for a regular hotel room, which is quite a lot of money. Anyway, he was surrounded by protesters shouting child killers. I didn't see the video. Paul told me about it, but it says that the future prime minister, it was meant to feel uncomfortable, and so they arrested somebody. Was it justified that they should arrest somebody just because they were shouting child killer at the guy?
Well, this is the question. I saw one video where they're kind of accosting him, and it does look quite bad, but there was also that video on the train where the guy fairly politely puts his point to him. And this is the question, Paul. Should you be able to go up to a Keir Starmer, a big politician, on a train? They didn't deal with it that well. They shuffled the guy out immediately and they said, where's the transport police? There's an argument that you should be able to speak to your representatives. Now, the other argument is people are getting killed. So David Ames and the same guy visited Michael Gove's house 6 times. It's very dangerous.
And Joe Cox, of course.
Joe Cox, so yeah.
And of course, because of those things, I think there are boundaries. We're all for free speech here. We're all for protest and people being able to express their views. However, there has to be boundaries to that. I'm no Keir Starmer fan, but they were in his face. He did look distressed by it. And I think, I challenge anyone not to be somewhat distressed in that situation. So jumping out in front of people, feeling like you're out of control of the situation, I don't think that's right. I think that actually there has to be some boundaries in place. And that you can protest, you can write letters, you can write emails, you can pretend to be a different account on Twitter, or you can do whatever Lewis does at the weekend.
No.
But you don't have to shout in their face.
Yeah, okay. No, it's wrong. He's wrong.
Is he? Very quickly, why is he wrong?
He's totally wrong, because we've been on GB News fighting for the rights that people say whatever they want to say, even if it bothers people. So yes, he was bothered.
It's the threat that bothers me.
There was no threat made. You should be able to go up to anybody on any train, no matter whether they're prime minister or not, and say to them, you know what, I think you've done a bad job. And if there's a threat of violence, that's one thing. If it's not a threat, then you don't.
Okay, but there is a tricky line. But we've been very fair. We've been very balanced on that. And to be fair to Starmer, it would have been a very boring debate to have on a train. You're trying to eat your meal and you're going on about Israel, Palestine. But anyway, we've got